All right, welcome back. If you guys are joining me for the first time as we recap, I guess, episodes 7 and 8 today of Big Brother 21. And we got a lot to talk about. Every Monday and Friday we do recaps. Mondays I recap the Sunday episode, and every Friday I'm recapping the midweek episodes. Last week, Friday was my first time recapping the 2 midweek episodes, and that video went to about 45 plus minutes, so that was pretty brutal. We're going to try and get out of here in under half an hour today, so we'll see what we do. But you guys let me know if you like the longer ones or if I should try and keep it more concise, what's going on. Again, if you're new here, thanks so much for checking it out. I hope you like it. Stick around. If not, thanks for giving it a try. And so let's dive in with episode 7. We had Bella told Nicole that she had informed Jack of the Black Widow Alliance. She did it to try and build trust with Nicole. But Nicole was not having it. Nicole was pissed. And first thing she did was she ran and told the other women what was up. That was not good. And I think that's an indicator of kind of how the rest of Bella's season is going to play out. Now, as you guys could see up there, my power rankings, I have actually had for the last few episodes now, Bella projected to win the whole season because she was doing such a good job playing both sides of the house. I thought that if she did get to the end, she would, be a good person to get a lot of votes. But the risk with that comes burning bridges and pissing people off. And that seems to be what she's doing. So we'll dive into that deeper as we move into this video here. We've also got to talk about David, who's back in the house now. What else do we have? We had the veto competition in episode 7. We have some new alliances developing to talk about. We've also got some definitely confirmed showmances that are going on. Some sad news with Cliff. We'll touch on that. And then we had an eviction and an HOH ceremony. So we had a lot to talk about with updated power rankings at the very, very end. So stick around for that. Spoiler alert. Bella will not be the projected winner at the end of today's video. So let's dive in with David now. David's back. We saw in my last video, we recapped the Sunday show where he was talking with Catherine. Catherine's like, oh, it's a good time to come back. There's no real alliances. And, Dave just wasn't having any of it. He's a pretty smart dude. Like, I know he was the first one out, but if he comes back, he's going to be a real threat. Like, we're going to have to definitely bump him up in these power rankings if he can win that comeback competition. For me, I was going to say for me right now, it's between Ovi and David, who I'd like to come back. But, until we get to the end of this video, they're the only two in can't come back anyways. But I digress. What we found was that David has a pretty good grasp on the alliances and the showmans. He called out, I can't remember, I think it was just a diary session where he was venting, but he was going about how basically he nailed the Grateful Eight and the 4 different pairs that come with that. So we had Nick and Bella, obviously. We have Mickey and Holly and Annalise and Jack. And then the other 2 throw-togethers was Christy and Tommy, who do actually know each other from outside of the house, although nobody officially knows that yet. But David still put those 2 together as the default 4th couple. So David's definitely on the ball. He's definitely aware of what's going on. He's really piecing things together. So if he can come back from Camp Comeback, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. That being said, he did fail in the first challenge of the season in that banishment punishment. So we'll see. We'll get to that, though, in a bit. Of course, we did have the earthquake shook the house. I just wanted to touch on that because you guys know me by now if you've seen more than one video. I'm rooting for Nick. Nick is my ride or die this season. I want him to win. Bit of a bigger episode for him this week. But a funny moment during the earthquake when he was at the sink, I guess, washing his dishes. I think it was Jack was like, Nick, you're under the chandelier. Do you wanna please just? And he's like, yeah, I'll be right there. And he just kept finished scrubbing his dish. That's such a me thing to do that I could relate to it, and I loved it. And it was like, yeah, I got it. The chandelier's gonna crash and split my head open. That's fine. Let me just finish this one last dish. Meanwhile, the house is still rumbling. Anyway, so I just want to touch on that. I got quite the shiner on my nose here today. Sorry if I look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's been a week. Let me tell you that. It's been a week. So, anyways, earthquake, Nick washing dishes. After that, we got the reveal of the camp comeback outfits, which are super dorky, but also super cool. Then we had the veto competition, which was a frog stack, fill your water timer sort of thing, with the added bonus of winner gets the trip to Fiji. So that was cool. I wonder if they're going to do that all season long, or if this is just a one-time thing to kind of help promote Love Island, which, by the way, looks awful. But we'll see. Anyways, my daughter is 8, and she watches Big Brother with me, but she's been bugging me to let her watch Love Island because she's into the romance side of stuff, and Love Island, not really a romance for an 8-year-old. It's not a Disney princess kind of show. It should just bluntly be called Fuck Island, right? We all know that. So she will not be watching Love Island, and neither will I, because it looks bad. Veto competition. Sam wins again. 2-time veto competition winner. Sam slowly turning into a comp beast. Very interesting. I don't know. I had low expectations for Sam competition-wise coming into this season. I thought personality-wise might be a bit of a wild card, but I did not expect him to be so good at the competition. So that's interesting to see. It's funny to see he keeps winning these veto competitions, but then he hates the attention that comes with it. Right? He's groaning as everybody wants to come and give their pitch. Grateful wants to say, "Oh, don't use the noms." Kemi says, "Take me down because of that." You guys saw it. And anyway, so that's always interesting. In the end, nominations did stay the same. So we had Kemi and Jessica on the block. And that was basically the end of episode 7. Episode 8 starts with a new alliance alert. We had Cliff. I love Cliff. Dear old Cliff. We had Cliff, Ovi, and Nicole getting together in a little trio. Now, Cliff is acknowledging that Ovi, not maybe the best alliance member because he's not even in the game officially right now, but it's nice to see that Ovi is making some gains with some people inside the house while he is in camp comeback, right? So that's interesting. We got a name for the alliance, so it's official. It's Fellowship of the Zing. That was my best Zingbot impression. Sorry, guys. I know I blew it. But, yeah, after that, we had the Nick and Bella Showmance 1000% confirmed tonight. I'm sure you guys watched the live streams. You guys have been seeing them hook up for days and weeks now, but, I don't watch the live streams. I don't watch any of that other stuff. I just watch the 3 episodes a week, and that's it. And then talk about it with you guys here. So, any information I am saying, you guys you're already, 2 days worth of live streams ahead of me, so you know a little bit more what's going on. Why is anybody watching this video right now? I'm always interested. I get 20 to 40 views on these, and quite a few of you watch right till the end, but I don't know why. Anyways, I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. As I said before, I don't have any friends that like Big Brother or any sort of reality TV. So I have no one to talk about this stuff with other than you guys. And I mean, I only get 1 or 2 comments ever. Fizzy Jacato, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but you seem to comment on all my videos, and it is the highlight of my day when you just tell me any sort of insight. So thank you, it brightens me up, and yeah, keep those comments rolling in. Anyways, Nick and Bella definitely hooking up. We saw that 1000% confirmed tonight. Also, Annalise and Jack. Oh, we had our first handstand of the season. I predicted that he would be shirtless and handstanding in my pre-season preview episode. I predicted that would happen within like 5 hours of being in the house. I was wrong, maybe. I don't know. You guys let me know, because in the live feeds, maybe it has happened earlier. But the way the show's edited, this was our first time seeing him do a handstand tonight. It was actually pretty cute to see Annalise try and get in there too. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Jack, but I like Annalise, and whatever. They're happy together, so whatever. Good for them. Then Nick came up to wish Jack a happy birthday in the HOH room, but Annalise had already beat him to the punch. So happy birthday to Jack. Annalise gave him the birthday bumps, if you know what I'm saying. And we'll just leave it at that. So that's fun. The next morning, we had Cliff Notes, hashtag Cliff Notes. I love Cliff's morning routine. Okay, let me just say this. I know you guys saw the episode, so you know kind of how it ended. We'll get to that in a second. How long has this Cliff Notes thing been going on? Like, you guys watch the daily or the live streams. Like, how often does he go down to the boat room? Is this a new occurrence that's just happened within the last few days? Has this been happening since day one? I don't know. I'm an early riser, so when I saw this happening, and I saw, first thing he does is he wakes up before the rest of the house. He gets himself a cup of coffee. Cheers to that. And then he goes and does about his thing, right? And I could totally relate to that, and I loved it. And I thought, oh, this is exactly what I would do. Then it had a sad ending because Christy just happened to be, I guess, the boat room's next to the bathroom area. So she was just coming back from the bathroom and could hear him talking. And it's ironic, really, because in the middle of his Cliff Notes, he was mentioning something hilariously about, you better be careful when you're whispering in a room that your voice doesn't carry across and someone else can hear it. Meanwhile, Christy's outside listening to him basically spill the beans on everything. So she knows that he knows about Grateful 8 and the couples, and that he's, paired everybody off together. And she also knows about his little alliance with Ovi and Nicole there in the Fellowship of the Zing. Was that one better? I feel like that one was better. Maybe not. Anyways, so he's saying that Nicole's going to go home after Kemi and Jessica, and then that leaves him as a free agent. I mean, if he hadn't have spilled the beans to the eavesdropping Christy, then that's probably how it would have played out. And that's a good position to be in. Like, what you want to do is you want to be that ninth. And that's where Sam's shaking down into, right? Sam's shaking down into that ninth. But you want to be the last odd person out when Grateful has no choice but to battle it out with each other, right? Because then you've got 8, and now you're the swing vote, right? So now you can pick your sides. Do you go with Nick and Bella and Christy and Tommy, or do you go with Jack, Mickey, and their 2 lady friends, right? Like, and then, you go from there, right? So that's how things could have shaken down for Cliff, and that's the path I saw for him taking to the final 5. Now that Christy knows about that, I mean, she made her comment like, you gots to go, bro. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but, I mean, they're on to him, right? Everybody talks, so we'll see how that plays out moving forward. The thing to remember with all these, critical errors is everybody makes so many blunders all the time that it's like you can't even hold a grudge against someone for what they did 2, 3, 4 weeks ago because your more recent alliance more recently betrayed you, right? So I remember in like the first video we did here, we were talking about Nick's big blunder when he was talking about 8 with Tommy and Ovi happened over here, and then it was whatever, right? But I mean, since then we saw Christy get into trouble and Catherine have her issues and whatever. It's just, who happens to have been the most recent blunder when the head of household on the other side of the house happens to be in power, right? Like, Bella had a bad week this week running her mouth. But fortunately for her, Nick Macaroni's in power now. Ooh, spoilers. Well, I guess not. You guys aren't watching this video if you haven't seen the episode anyways. But we'll get to that in a minute. But I mean, she's going to be fine because by the time Nick's out of power, someone else is going to be, equally under the coals for a mistake they've made. So Bella's going to be just fine, I guess. So that was Cliff Notes. So we'll see how things shake out there. But this is the first time Cliff's really put himself like on the radar. So that was too bad. So Nicole told Kemi about Bella's betrayal. So we already saw that she had told Jessica about it. That didn't go over well. But now she's told Kemi, and Kemi is pissed. So here's something I had to go back and rewatch. And maybe if you guys watch the live streams, you guys will have more insight into this than I did. But when Nicole was telling Kemi about Bella's betrayal, right? She told Kemi, hey, just so you know, Bella went and told Jack and the other side of the house about our Black Widow alliance. Like, she's the mole, right? But then Nicole framed it as though like, Bella had created this whole Black Widow alliance. Like, it was her idea. She brought it up. But I went back and I rewatched episode 6. And Bella definitely didn't start this Black Widow alliance. Jessica did. But as I say, like, that could just be the way it was edited, right? Like, depending on, like, the episode, we joined that conversation sort of in the middle of a conversation. So I don't know the 2 or 3 sentences that were exchanged before Jessica. But Jessica was basically like, oh, like, I'm good with this 4 here. So, I don't know. If you guys have watched this far into this video and you watch the live feeds, and I know this is a big ask, but if you know how that conversation actually went, I'd love to hear about it. So let me know in the comments. But the way, like I said, the way episode 6 was edited, Bella did not start it. She certainly like agreed to it. Like when Jessica was like, oh, I'm good with this, we should do a girls thing. Bella was definitely like on board. She was like, yeah, like let's do it. But it was not, she didn't like rally the girls and was like, hey girls, let's do a Black Widow alliance. And then, hey Jack, they're doing a Black Widow's alliance. Like, and that's the way Nicole made it sound when she was talking to Kemi. And I think that's what really lit a fire under Kemi's butt. So, I don't know, that's unfortunate. I didn't really like seeing that side of Nicole today. But, in any case. So moving on, Kemi tells Mickey about the Bella, Mickey, Jack final 3 that Bella revealed to her early on in the season. He plays dumb, of course, like, oh, well, you know me and Jack are close, but a final 3 with Bella, I know nothing about that. Then, of course, he goes and tells Jack Bella's playing both sides of the house and it's blowing up in her face right now. So, I mean, this is kind of the risk reward of playing both sides of the house, right? She's just been going too hard. She's getting cocky. Like, we saw it again basically in the next scene where she's talking with Sam and like her motivations in the diary room make sense. But given the way she's had all these other side alliances, it's just so crazy risky. So Bella tells Sam, like, hey, Sam, they're in the boat room. She's like, hey, Sam, there's a power alliance of 8, and you're the ninth. And he's like, what the fuck, right? I don't know. Sam had a really great episode. He just had a great episode. But, so he freaks out. He's like, what? What do you mean I can't do a Sam impression. But anyways, he was great. So she's like, yeah, there's an 8, you're the ninth. She tells in the diary room, the reason I wanted to do this was because when we get down to it, I want to have a little bit of trust with Sam. She's thinking late game, but you still got to be playing early game tactics right now. So she's getting ahead of herself, and that's where she's coming into trouble. So Sam goes and talks to Jack because now he doesn't want to use the I don't know. Sam is a good guy, but he's I don't know. So Sam's talking to Jack, and then Jack, again, remember when we were talking about Nick's big blunder or Christy's big blunder? It's just who's made the most recent blunder and who happens to be HOH when it happens, right? Like, here's Jack now, and they're talking about using the POV on Kemi or Jessica or whatever. And Jack's like, well, I've said all along that, like, I just want to do whatever's best for Grateful. I mean, the group of 9, I just want to do what's best for the group of 9. And it's like, okay, like, you just friggin' chunked it, dude. And this is what I loved about Sam this week, was Sam is, he comes off as sort of like a goofy, dumb trucker kind of hick person, but he's so smart and he's really doing so good because he's getting all this information and he's playing it cool. And he's not like if I was in that situation, I like to think I would react the way Sam did. But when Jack's like, well, I want to do whatever's best for Grateful, the group of 9, I'd have been like, yeah, what the fuck, dude? I'm the 9th. I know there's a power at 8, and I would have blown it right up. But Sam plays it cool, and he's like, yeah, nope, totally, that sounds good. And he just played dumb and played along. I freaking love Sam. I don't know. Sam's good. He's gaming hard right now, and it's good to see. So after that, we had the eviction ceremony, and no, I guess Sam wasn't talking to him about using the POV because that had already happened, but he was talking to Jack about, hey, instead of voting out Kemi, let's vote out Jessica or something. Anyways, we have the eviction ceremony after that, and Kemi blows the frick up. She had a great speech. She blows up Nick and Bella's game, basically saying, like, these two are playing both sides of the house, blah, blah, blah. Which, again, okay, last time for me to say this, but I don't watch the live feeds. I haven't seen Nick playing both sides of the house. Certainly seen that from Bella. And yes, I realize that's his ride or die, and that Bella's playing both sides of the house, so guilty by association. I just haven't specifically seen anything from Nick where, he's playing Kemi or he's playing Jessica or Cliff or Nicole or any of those guys. Like, it just seems like he's in with the 8 and friendly with the house, whereas, Bella's definitely an information hog and flipping it wherever she can. Like, she's this double agent spy lady. But in any case, Kemi blows it up, throws Nick and Bella under the bus. It's a 10-1 vote. We have Mickey throw the rogue vote just to kind of stir the pot. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of anxiety plays out. It always ruffles feathers when someone's like, oh, well, who's the whatever, right? Anyways, I never really understand why that one odd vote is such a big deal. You could just play it off as like, yeah, it was me. Like, I voted because I knew you guys were all going to vote for Kemi anyways, and I wanted to have, I didn't want her to feel so bad having it be unanimous. Whatever, right? Like, but everybody blows it out of proportions, like, oh, we got a traitor in the midst, or whatever. Anyways, so Kemi gets the old eviction, so she's in Camp Big Brother now, and she's gonna look hot in that dorky outfit. I can't wait. Julie mentioned it, that you're gonna look good in it, And she was right. I can't wait. And yeah, that'll be fun. Anyways, I just wanted to mention during Mickey's vote. So after they talk to Julie, they say their vote, and they're like, "Bye, mom and dad. Love you, family. Whatever." Mickey did a shout out to Q, Sal, Joe, and Murr. And if you guys don't know who that is, it's the Impractical Jokers. They have like a hidden camera game show sort of thing. Anyways, it's hilarious. I'm not going to go into details of what that show is. But if you guys are bored someday, I mean, it's on first season of it's on Netflix right now. I think I've watched every episode of it. It's pretty hilarious. I watched it with my kid, so it's pretty good. Then we had the HoH competition, which was an underhand dart throw thing. It was fun. Nick won, and he was sure fired up. I couldn't quite understand what his trash talk was about. Something, "I don't compete, baby. You hear me?" or something. I don't know. Felt like he was taking shots at Kemi. He was definitely fired up because she took shots at him, and he was feeling threatened. So it's nice to see that he stepped up when the pressure was on. Because I do feel like if Christy won or if Mickey won or something, right? Like there would be, I mean, Mickey and Bella would be in trouble. So this was a very, very, very clutch win for Nick this week. But I didn't understand what his trash talk was about. So if they revealed anything more in the live feeds, please, please, please let me know in the comments or whatever. What exactly his trash talk was about. But yeah, Nick was sure fired up, and he came through in the clutch today. So that was cool. And that basically wraps it up for today, which is cool. I think we're only at like 20, 25 minutes. We might get out of here in our 30-minute mark because we still have kind of our sneak look ahead as well as our updated power rankings. And we got some big changes. So, but Sunday we've got nomination ceremony, and then activity competition. So I don't know what the power is, but Julie did say that it was a classic power from Big Brother. I've only been watching for the last 7 or 8 years now. When my daughter was born, midnight feedings and stuff. That's when I really got into reality TV. It was just something that I could turn on and kind of half pay attention to. So I did all the midnight feedings with my daughter, and I just went through the back catalog of Survivor. I watched every season of Survivor, but I only kind of started with Big Brother. It wasn't an instant hook. So I've been watching since I think season 14 or 15 now. But if you guys have any ideas what this classic power is, maybe it's from an early season from before I've been watching. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. And yeah, I'd love to hear it. But that's Sunday. And then reminder, Monday morning, we're going to have a recap episode on here. Talk about what happened on Sunday. Then Wednesday, we've got the veto competition. And then Thursday, we got our final member of Camp Comeback during that eviction ceremony. So yeah, lots going on. Thanks for checking this out, guys. If you made it this far, I know you didn't because you didn't like it. I could see how far everybody's watching. You guys are only giving me like 2 likes here, 3 likes here. Come on. Be generous with your likes. It actually does help me out. If nothing else, it makes me feel better. But anyways, if you like this video, like it if you like it. Subscribe if you really like it. And hit the bell to turn notifications on if you really, really ridiculously liked it. Okay, without further ado, we're going to look at our updated power rankings. So we have 2 big movements. First of all, as promised, Bella is no longer our top dog. We've got Sam. Sam is moving up into the winner's position. Sam has nicely positioned himself in that 9th spot with Grateful. And I do think that he's going to be that flip vote that I was kind of projecting for Cliff earlier in the season. So Sam's done nothing wrong. He keeps kind of, he'll give his input on his vetoes that he continues to win. But he's not really doing anything where, hey, can I use the power veto? No, you can't. Okay, well, screw you. I'm going to do it anyways. He's not doing that. He's like, He's having conversations. He's not pissing people off, right? It's interesting to see how this is going to shake down, but he's proving to be like decent in competitions. He's likable as fuck. Excuse my language, but I mean, what else is there to say about Sam? Won that trip to Fiji. Like, I'm super pumped for this guy. I think this is the summer of Sam. I think that was a serial killer. No, son of Sam. Anyways, I digress. I should probably just cut that part out. I've got like weird Seinfeld references that want to come out of my head right now. So, anyways, George Costanza. Moving on. You guys are probably too young to know anything about Seinfeld. So Sam up into the winner spot. We're bumping Bella down all the way to the jury house. I don't think she's going to be an early eviction. Nick's going to keep her safe this week, obviously. She'd only have to survive 2 more weeks to get into the jury house. And I don't see it going any worse for her. The other person that I'm bumping down is Nicole. Nicole's just being a little bit of a rat and she's stirring trouble. I don't like it. So Holly's moving up. I like Holly. She's been like a sweetheart since day one. I think she's in a good position. And I think once Mickey gets sent home, Holly's really going to blossom. So anyways, that's my updated power rankings. So thanks one last time for checking out this video. And have fun on Sunday, and we'll see you guys Monday. Thanks so much. Bye.